Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Peace-Eye. Welcome to another video. And Konami, what have you done? Ban list just got dropped for North America and Latin America. This is in effect April 15th, which should be next Monday, I believe. What day is today? 12? Yeah, Monday. Unfortunate. So, bans: Link Karibo, Baron de Fleur, Borreload Savage Dragon, and Summon Limit. So these were all direct hits to Snake Eye, and they're pretty good hits. But why? Why did you have to get rid of everything? So now their end board basically has no negates, and you can just evenly them for their life now, which is really cool. So evenly is stronger. But Link Karibo hits so many decks. Dragon Link got boned by the Baron and the Savage, and honestly the Summon Limit too. What am I supposed to do with my Altergeist deck now? Now I can't. Oh God, this messes up so many of my decks. But those are all banned. Unreal that they banned Savage and Fleur and Link Karibo. The Summon Limit is great. Like, that's awesome. That card was toxic. But this is going to be really interesting. Next up for the limits, Arch Nemesis Protoss. Why would you give Sword Soul Protoss back? Like, that's unfair. Like, it's in, like, you get rid of one floodgate, and then you bring back a searchable floodgate for, like, a tier 3 deck. But still, oh, that sucks. Title the Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls at 1 now, so that's the water one. Okay, whatever. Thunder Dragon Colossus. This is unbelievable. People were really worried about it, but now it's just like, gosh. Not being able to search, like, oh, man. That really sucks, because Droll is pretty good right now. And now, basically, any deck can just end on a Colossus. I'm gonna lab something crazy with that, but maybe you put that in Dragon Link now and just make it a Thunder Chaos deck. Magispector Unicorn Kirin. I was wondering why it didn't come back last list, so this makes sense, so that the Magispectors can play with it. Chicken Game. Now, that is a very interesting one. This card has been banned forever. Basically lets you choose to blow itself up or draw a card at the cost of 1,000 life points, and the person with less than the less amount of life points cannot take damage. So it's a really interesting card. It's basically like the 4th copy of Upstart Goblin, in my opinion. And it gets around Thunder Dragon Colossus, which is cool because it draws, and Colossus only stops searches. So that's very interesting. Anti-Spell Fragrance is now limited. So that was a boost to Pendulum, and now it's a little bit more sacky for you to draw your Anti-Spell Fragrance and stop all my spells. Next up, Semi-Limits. Armageddon Knight, they moved it from 1 to 2. So basically you can more consistently see your card that dumps a Dark Monster on summon. This card does not matter anymore because Isolde is banned. Pearly Delicious Memory, so you guys get 1 Delicious back. I don't know why. They need to just let Pearly die. That deck is so annoying. And then finally, the Unlimits. They finally brought Malicious back to 3 because Isolde is gone, and now your Armageddon Knight doesn't create this crazy loop. I remember back years and years and years ago, I had a Blazar Turbo deck that was based off of Isolde in combination with Destrudo, and back then everything was at 3, so it was super consistent, but none of that matters now because Isolde can't tutor out anything from the deck for free now. Harp Horror is at 3. So Sky Striker Orcust might be on the table. Speaking of Sky Striker Ace Mobilize Engage is now at 3 as well. So Sky Striker got a boost, and so did Sky Striker Orcust, or any of those variants. But once Harp Horror came back to 1, I did try the Sky Striker Orcust build, and it did not work. So don't even bother, I guess. And then Speedroid Terratop moved to 3 as well. So this was actually a crazy list. The Speedroid Terratop can kind of like start your combo if you're doing one of those rank 3 or level 3 decks. So that's kind of a boost to maybe the Goblin Rider deck, but also probably Phantom Knights and other. It's a splashable engine now. Like 3 Terratop back when we had MX Saber Invoker, when Zodiac was on a rampage. That was crazy. It was an extra consistency to just get your what's the limited one? Rat Tail out of deck for free. You could also make a Sold with that, but this is This list was insane. I don't like it at all, but I mean, it is what it is. We're going to have to start labbing, but there's going to be a ton of crazy decks. I'm really excited for the Chaos variants that end on Colossus, because once you have the Colossus on board and you've got stuff engraved to protect it, like, it becomes pretty annoying unless your opponent has Droplet or some type of board clear. Now there's no easy way to put a Spell and Trap negate on the field, because Apollousa, which is still at 3, only negates monster effects, but the way that you were generically able to make a negate is usually Baron de Fleur or Savage, and now you cannot do that. What's a generic negate you can put up? I guess a spell negate would be the what's it called? That the rock ones that summon from deck and excavate. Adamantite or something. It's a level 8 synchro with water, but you need a water monster in graveyard for it to negate a spell. I've toyed with that one in Tier Limit before, because you usually make it with a Jet Synchron, and your level 7 is your Tier Limit's Kashtira, so you always have a water in graveyard to make the once per turn negate live. You might have to end on that now, but like, what waters are you going to play in generic decks? Like, this is crazy. Like, this is going to create a lot of innovation, and I'm super excited for it, but like, I hate that they got rid of Barone. Like, I needed Barone. That card was crazy. I loved the interaction with SP. So rest in peace for that, unfortunately. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Shout out to the new ban list. Subscribe.